Twitter, Dan Reynolds had tweeted something about parents coming up to him and asking when is the right time to talk to your kids about LGBTQ. And he recommended, like when they're 2, you can read them a story about a prince and a prince falling in love. So, of course, I have 2 books about love and family that I think are really great, and I wanted to share them with you, and I tweeted out about these earlier. One is Entango Makes 3, which is actually based on a true story about these penguins at the zoo. And there's also the funny and adorable Worm Loves Worm. I wanted to read a little bit of each one of those books for you, so that way if it's something that you like, you can go ahead and check it out from your library or purchase it. I'm not going to read the whole book, but I will read about half maybe of each. Entango Makes 3. In the middle of New York City, there is a great big park called Central Park. Children love to play there. It has a toy boat pond where they can sell their boats. It has a carousel to ride on in the summer and an ice rink to skate on in the winter. Best of all, it has its very own zoo. Every day, families of all kinds go to visit the animals that live there. But children and their parents aren't the only families at the zoo. The animals make families of their own. There are red panda bear families with their mothers and fathers and furry red panda bear cubs. There are monkey dads and monkey moms raising noisy monkey babies. There are toad families and toucan families and cotton-top tamarin families too. And in the penguin house, there are penguin families. Every year at the same time, the girl penguins start noticing the boy penguins, and the boy penguins start noticing the girls. When the right girl and the right boy find each other, they become a couple. 2 penguins in the penguin house were a little bit different. One was named Roy, and the other was named Silo. Roy and Silo were both boys, but they did everything together. They bowed to each other and walked together. They sang to each other and swam together. Wherever Roy went, Silo went too. They didn't spend much time with the girl penguins, and the girl penguins didn't spend much time with them. Instead, Roy and Silo wound their necks around each other. The keeper, Mr. Gramsci, noticed the 2 penguins and thought to himself, they must be in love. Roy and Silo watched how the other penguins made a home, so they built a nest of stones for themselves. Every night, Roy and Silo slept there together, just like the other penguin couples. I'm going to go ahead and stop there, but that just gives you a little bit of an idea of what Entango Makes 3 is about. Worm Loves Worm. Let's be married, says Worm to Worm. Yes, answers Worm, let's be married. Wait, says Cricket, you'll need someone to marry you. That's how it's always been done. I'll marry you. Now can we be married? Asks Worm. Wait, says Beetle. You have got to have the best beetle. Naturally, that would be me. Now can we be married? Asks Worm. Wait, 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 say the bees. You need bride's bees. Can we be the bride's bees? Please, please, please. Yes, says Worm. Now can we be married? You'll need rings to wear on your fingers, says Cricket. That's how it's always been done. But we don't have fingers, says Worm. We can wear them like belts, says Worm. Wonderful, says Worm. Now we can be married. Just make sure to have a band so we can dance, says Beetle. But we don't have feet to dance with, says Worm. We can just wiggle around, says Worm, like this. Fun, says Worm. Now we can be married. But you still need a white dress, a tuxedo, a top hat, lots and lots of flowers, and a cake with frosting, says the bees. But we don't have heads for hats, says Worm, or hands to hold flowers. And we can only eat dirt, says Worm. Wait, says Spider. I can attach the hat and flowers to you with my sticky web. Thank you, says Worm and Worm. But who will eat the cake? Ask the bees. I can eat the cake, along with Cricket and Beetle, says Spider. What did you say? Asked Cricket and Beetle. Nothing, says Spider with a smile. Now we can be married, says Worm. But which one of you is the bride? Asked the bees. How can we be bridesmaids if we don't know who the bride is? I can be the bride, says Worm. I can too, says Worm. But one of you has got to be the groom, or how can I be best beetle? Asked Beetle. I can be the groom, says Worm. I can too, says Worm. We can be both. Amazing, says Spider. Really? Asks Beetle and the bees. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there. But again, I highly recommend Worm Loves Worm.